This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests. Well, hello everybody, and welcome. We are on FanSpeak today, and we're going to be talking to Durakken here, who's got a Indiegogo going on, but of course we'll get to that in a moment. First thing, we always want to mention all of our links we have down below, and we love your participation. As a matter of fact, today, when we get into the news section, we're going to actually go and take a look at the FanSpeak page on Facebook. It's really starting to heat up over there. We're getting a lot of good submissions, reviews, opinions, all kind of stuff. It's exactly what we wanted. We're really happy to see what's been going on with FanSpeak. So we're going to go take a look at the page today and show you what's happening over there. But of course, we also have links to me for my Twitter and Facebook. I would certainly appreciate you come over there and contacting me and saying, Chester, I want to be on the show. And Chester will put you on the show because this is FanSpeak and we want your opinion. We want to have the voices of the fans be heard. Definitely go over and check that out. And also, if you want to be on the fan edition of Drawn and Quartered, contact me with that as well, and I'll get you into that process of being on the Discord and etc. Other than that, let me come over here, chat, and say hello to Joshua, our most favorite and beloved troll, as well as Valenid. Hail Raven, absolutely hail Raven. And now, keep in mind, guys, of course, we always appreciate that like button being hit and subscribing, but the thing you can do to help us the most is to hit that share button and tell all your friends and family and extended community what we are doing here, and have them come over and join us, and we'll have a good time here on FanSpeak this Friday. Now I'm going to come over here to the panel, and I'm going to say hello to all of our folks. We got a big panel that showed up today, so it's going to be fun. Let me come over here, and I will start, of course, with my co-host here, and my most favorite oily bird from New Zealand. It's Booster.
It's me, it's Booster.
It is.
It is me.
So, Booster, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Exactly, how much pie do you eat in a day? Maybe you are the expert. I'm just kind of curious.
1.5.
1.5. Okay, well, that's a good number.
I found a happy medium for lunch.
You did. 1.5 full pies for lunch. Oh,
one pie was not enough. 2 pies was too much. But 1.5, just right.
Just right.
I had a bacon and egg one today.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. All right, let me move down the line here, and we have Brad from Pencil for Life with us, and Brad is actually sharing a bit of imagery here. That's our boy Manny, looking all buff. Look how buff he is, and look, he colored his beard. Yeah. He went and he put color in his beard.
I know, right? Buff?
It looks like Manny's buff. Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy crap!
Oh no, Manny's in good shape. Yeah. He went and dyed his hair though. All right, okay.
I won't screw with Manny.
No, he's sexy boy. Sexy boy.
Yeah.
Once
hanging out with my boy Chad Hardy right there. So they're at Comic-Con over there, and so you see Manny's Skunk Girl booth in the back. Chad's is right across from him, and that's my boy Chad Harding. He's local out here, but he draws like Harley Quinn, Justice League, stuff like that. So. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And I see in the back he's got the Skunk Girl sitting up there, and that's the Tank Ferret's version, actually. I'm pretty sure that's Tank, or is that his?
Oh, man. No, that one there, no, that's his.
That's Manny's. Okay, that's Manny's. And I don't see it there, but he supposedly does have a Tales from Beyond the Gate set up around there to show it off. That's cool, man. I'm glad he went and did that. And he's looking good. He's got his gut tucked in a little bit there. He's got himself all colored up. Ooh, sexy Manny. Everybody go over to Manny and say, he's sexy boy. Give him some love.
Yeah, he's got a surfer body going.
He does,
man.
I
will do that.
Yeah. He actually cut his gut down in the past so many months, actually. He's doing good. Good on him, man. I haven't even bothered with my little guy I got going on here. All right. Well, other than that, Brad, hi.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
I'm doing awesome, dude. We got a big crew here, and we got a lot of things to talk about today, and thank you for coming on, dude.
Yeah, no problem, dude. It's kind of good to be back on my feet again. So, after pulling the whole hamstring and
that's right, you did
being bedridden for most of a week and a half. Yeah, that sucked.
Well, we're kind of getting to that age,
Yeah, slip on some ice and then
Yeah.
work out, and then just reach to get in your car and it pops. Yeah,
It does. It does. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway. Moving on over here, and of course we have Pope Fire with us. How you doing, Pope? Haven't seen you in a while. What's going on?
Yes, I sleep when this goes on Fridays, but I
Thank you.
made sure that I was awake this time. I apologize for being late. I was on the phone with Starfire's voice actress, which is really cool.
That is cool.
So I tried my best to make it, and I'm here now,
Let
and
me
I'm
see.
awake partially.
Let's guess what she's eating. I say pizza. I think she's eating pizza.
No, actually, I'm eating
Burrito.
orange chicken.
You're eating what?
Oh,
I'm eating orange chicken, but it's not fried.
Orange chicken, but it's not fried. Okay, that's we'll give you salmonella, just to be make you aware. But anyway, thank you very much. Come on,
Orange
Pope.
chicken bad.
Yeah, exactly. Orange chicken bad. Oh no. I see we got a few more people in here. We got George over here. Hey, hello, George. Of course, you're welcome to come in if you like, George. We got Roger Heller. Hello there, all. Well, hello to you, dude. We have Nick W's in here. We got Dennis Parak in here as well. Welcome to everybody. We're really happy to see you guys today. Thank you, Pope, for coming. And of course, we have been graced, everyone. We have the Lord of Lightning himself, Thundaro. Hello, sir.
It's true. You should rejoice, for my presence is within
This
reach of
sounds-
you, within you.
Sounds more like a punishment.
No, it is. It can be. That's your decision.
ooh.
Oh. See, quick-witted.
And I have to say,
appreciate
all
that.
those muscles and all that fitness, Manny looks good. He's still a filthy rodent. That's all I have to say about Manny.
Come on now. We love Manny. Manny's the boy. It is cool.
I
He's
am
over
actually
there.
doing. I am doing well. In fact, I'm glad to be here, and it's cool to actually get to talk to Durakken. Seen him around forever.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy to talk to him as well. And he's got a really cool looking project we're going to be talking about today too. So that's awesome, man. But let me move down the aisle here before we get to Dragon. And we're, of course, as always, it is time for the chairman's speech. And then the chairman misses his cue.
Speech.
Esteemed panel, independent comics
Jacob
creator, Comics Gate, and then of course Booster. Today, I'm going to speak to you on something that's kind of a little bit more personal. It came to me in the last few days as I talked to people about Tales from Beyond the Gate. And because I'm taking this out to other people, right? People at work, their acquaintances, and I had this. This is not just an independent comics movement, and we're not just a static community together. And that's of course as you know, a growing family. Have talked to various other people, supported the comic in several instances. And so in this regard, they've joined us. That's right. One campaign. Each are able to come in contact with 50 more people. Well, that's 1,000 folks. And if only 10% then decide that they're going to go ahead, well, then that's 100. If they're going to remain in the community. 10 more people from one book, and of many, many books. So you can see we're constantly adding more people. And I rate, that all of these are also, like I said, for me, there were people at work, families, friends, acquaintances, even at the point of talking to certain strangers saying, hey, do you think you'd be interested in this, right? And so now we have strangers even coming into the community. So as always, a reminder, we want to continue that concept of bringing in, good people, community, and welcome in as many people as is possible, because that's always what this has been. Diversity being the new comics industry and what it could be. So keep that in mind. Keep telling more people about what's going on. We're going to be talking about someone else today who's got a book. If he himself is out there, own friends and family, that's bringing in more people that also will be buying, possibly. And so we have more comics read our community. And that, as I go about my business, talking about Tales from Beyond the Gate, it kind of brings not only an excitement, art. Of course, that's just what I'm saying. Welcome.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jeremy. That was very robot-y. The only thing I really got out of that is strangers in the community, and I think you should be nicer to Booster. I mean, we love him.
Absolutely. Be nice to Booster.
Be nice to Booster.
And take off your top.
Yeah, you were robot-y.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is DeWolf an AI?
I think he is. I'm pretty sure he
is. Our favorite AI.
He is our favorite AI. And for Downvote, what's
Don't
going
make me
on?
bring back
Pope Fire's
Dazzler.
here. That's what's going on.
Yeah, Pope Fire's here.
Beowulf just came from Billy Tucci's live stream. He only had 12 people watching. It makes me so angry. Perfect example of how SJWs intimidate people and shut them down. He should have 500 plus people watching his stream by now. I actually not only is he a phenomenal artist, he's a wacky dude, which is entertaining for YouTube, I would think. But you know what, Beowulf, you go tell him that he can come over here anytime and join us, and we'll keep him company. I'd love to have Billy over here. I haven't even tried to get Billy. Probably could, actually. Asuka Langley Soyu says, is DeWolf roboting for anyone else? He's roboting for the world. It's pretty good performance, too. That was all rehearsed, by the way. Anyway, let's go over here, and we're going to talk to our guest today. So, hello, Dragon. How you doing?
Ouch.
Hello, I'm doing good. A little bit anxious as usual, but
don't be.
Other than that, good.
You're amongst
friends. You should be a little prick. I see you in the comments. I see you disagreeing with me, saying rude things about me. Now I'm here, and I can just let you have it.
It's your fault. You selected a poor avatar.
That's true. No, Dragon. Just keep in mind. Just keep in mind, Dragon. Feel free to lay into Booster anytime you want. That's what he's here for. He is the punching bag.
He is a wee, oiled, disgusting, degenerate bird. You can punch him all you want.
Yes, you can. But we love him. We love the Booster. But anyway, Dragon, you're on here today. One, we're happy to talk to you, actually. We've been interacting with you in the chats for a long time, dude. So really happy to have you come on and just say hi to us, man. But beyond that, you got a really interesting looking project going on that we want to get into. So I guess the first question I'm going to ask, because you're a little bit different than maybe some of the other Indiegogo people we get in here, because you're part of this community 100%. So why don't you tell us? This is a question I haven't asked in months, but what brought you to this community, dude?
Oh, well, I sort of just fell into it. Well, kind of on double. Two ways I got into this is because I sort of just fell into watching Zach's videos, or Richard Meyer, or whatever you want to call him. As I watch YouTube a lot, it just sort of pops up every so often. So every so often I pick a YouTube channel and start watching it. And it just led me to that. The other way is that every single hobby that I have has been invaded with SJWs.
Yes.
Atheism has the Atheism Plus thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gaming has Gamergate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really into metal, but Metalgate. Writing has the problem. Star Trek has the problem. Star Wars has the problem. Stargate has the problem. You can just go on and on and on.
Board games.
And like a lot of these things I'm like into, and you just sort of merge all the things together as time goes on. Oh, anime too. So
yeah, AnimeGate just kicking off now, and this is the ugliest one I've seen so far. Is AnimeGate, dude? They're being super ultra nasty right now.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. About the same as a lot of us. For me, it was definitely. I think it was a little different for me. I think it was Ethan and Captain Cummings was actually where I was watching first.
Oh, Captain Cummings! You haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
with
doing
Captain
stuff again.
Cummings, I'd seen his videos before I saw Zach's,
Mhm.
but he wasn't really all that interesting to me. Like I'd be like, "Oh, this looks cool. The idea looks. Oh no, I don't care. It's boring." Then I'd go away, and
Yeah.
then another suggested video would come up of it. Then I'd watch for a little while, have the same reaction, and eventually I just got in whatchamacallit, a thing eventually came that was like, this is towards Zach. Because I was watching, what are those two big channels which are about comics? Comics
Comics
Historian
Explain
and,
and Comic Historian, yeah.
yeah, those are the ones I was watching because I was
Sure.
trying to get up to date with like Marvel stuff.
Mhm.
You know, I don't really like reading the Marvel comics themselves, but I was liking the history, and there's a lot of stuff with DC that you just can't pick up over time, like,
You
or
take that
just
back.
go and read. Take what
Yeah.
back?
No, she's
DC is precious.
she's an ultra DC fan, dude. But yeah, Popar,
DC
you don't have to
has a lot of
apologize for that.
storylines.
There's nothing to apologize for.
Like I haven't read the Teen Titans line stuff, the
No,
early
of course not.
Teen Titans stuff. So,
But just understand that Superboy is the best Teen Titan. Understand that.
which Superboy?
Any Superboy is better than any other member
Yes.
of the Teen Titans.
I refuse that. That's Tim Drake.
Oh, yeah, maybe. It's certainly not
Tim
Starfire,
Drake is the
though.
best.
It's not Starfire, of course. Come
But
on,
she's
I'm
a
goading
redhead
you.
and boob.
Why are you not responding? Hello?
I like Booster Gold.
Popire
He's my
just says
favorite
no.
Titan.
No, I don't. You better take that back because I've been trying to get Starfire on this.
What about Rose?
Ooh.
Rose Ravenger?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love Ravenger. She's one of my favorite ones from the 2005 era.
yeah, she's better than Starfire.
No,
Oh,
she's not.
No. There we go. Now, see, I was just joking. He was serious. All right. But no, the interesting thing about Captain Cummings, I kind of like to get the other panel members' opinion. Captain Cummings, he doesn't have a good speaking tempo or
No.
or manner. His tone, he's really not good at this at all, right?
Yeah, his tone and temper and
It's not good. Yeah,
yeah,
but
he was
I
right.
love him, man. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but I love
Yeah,
Captain Cummings, man.
he's a good guy
because he's genuine.
he just-
Yeah.
yeah. But sometimes people are not the best at social speaking. You
No,
know,
he's not.
and I'm definitely not. But he was a good guy. And the thing is, with all the drama that happened around him, and then when he got deployed, it kind of just killed his channel.
It did,
So.
unfortunately, yeah. And he gets so angry. He gets he just gets angry, And you kind of got to take this stuff and let it wash off your back, But I do love Captain Cummings. Nevertheless, I think we all had very similar paths like Dragon did here. But it is interesting. I haven't asked that question in a long time, so it was kind of good to be able to ask that question again. But before we get into his Indiegogo here, I would like to ask if any of the panelists have any questions for Draken, before we get into that.
Sure. How do you actually pronounce your name? Because Chester's driving me nuts calling you Dragon.
It's Dragon.
Okay.
Once again,
We had
why
this
do you
conversation
question
right
me?
before.
Because you're an English teacher who continuously misreads things right in front of him. So I have to question
Wow,
you.
that is true. Yeah.
Okay, if you want to know, the name comes from it's a mutilated version of Draken, which is the ancient way of spelling dragon.
Mhm.
And through when the language evolved, that KK got turned into a G, and the E got evolved into an O. And even like in pronunciation, we still use an E sound there.
Mhm.
And the U in plate where they're at the beginning is supposed to be unvocalized, and if you say it quick enough, it just drops out completely. And that's like the Japanese pronunciation. So it becomes dragon, even though it's easily pronounced something else in other forms, and most people don't pronounce it right. Even myself doesn't pronounce it right most of the time.
I just had the image of Kari, the babysitter, trying to explain her name to Syndrome and The Incredibles.
Okay.
Kari with a C and an I and an I and an E and a K.
There's a very simple reason why most of that happened is because it sounds better when you say it phonetically. Now the O and the E doesn't really, but we've pretty much just accepted that as in English. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. I was just curious why he kept calling you that, if that was intentional or not.
No,
Yeah, it doesn't bother me because some people have refused to even say it at all, and they're just like, "We're gonna call you D-Kun," D-Kun. Like, oh, okay,
there you go.
whatever.
No problem calling you whatever you want to be called. Like I call Thundera a bastard. Picking on me. It's
No,
only
I
the
know who my
Latin
dad is.
languages.
It's okay. I've met him.
Everything else I pronounce perfectly.
It's only the majority of the languages that my people speak.
Now the Italian gets me, man. Spanish and Italian get me. That's for sure. Anyway,
Yeah, Latin's a weird one.
it is, but oh well. Nevertheless, I'm going to go over and share so everyone can see the Indiegogo. We're going to start talking about that in a moment. Does anybody have any other questions or comments they'd like to make to Dragon before we start this?
Nope. Before that, I want to thank Dennis for giving me kind words at the beginning of this, saying to back my project.
Thank Dennis. It's not done.
Are you ready to be ripped apart?
No,
I'm kidding.
never.
All right, now we're going to come over here and share with the panel, and we're going to start looking here. Now, this is the Veil War. When the veil falls, so may humanity. All right, nice little tagline. Project owner Dragon, Roseville, United States. Nice, Roseville. It's a pretty name. And first thing you got is a nice piece of art right here, easy for everyone to see. It's kind of a field of bones. That's kind of cool. You got some other
Yeah,
art there.
that was constructed by J. Shiro Finney. That concept right there, like how it was set up. Because I had a terrible thing initially, and he's like, "You should just do this." It's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, there you go. No, take advice.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. The entire thing was completely different.
If I may say, and this might be a bit rude, but you have a lot of pixelation in the red outline for the Veil War there. That's not a good look, I feel. That should be cleaned up a little.
Oh,
Where?
for the border outline? Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the red border around
the
the words Veil War. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Give it a
Yeah,
second
it's
though.
the
We're going to
stroke.
come into this art here, and you'll see it's pretty good actually. So what
No,
I'm
I've
going
seen
to
the
do
art.
Part of the whole
Fantastic.
thing, Booster.
It is. Now, Dragon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of scroll through the page and let people see the art and see the structure of the page real quick. While I'm doing that, please give us your, that standard 1 minute elevator pitch, please.
Okay, I'm horrible at that, but basically, a few thousand years ago, there were, back in ancient times, the fairy realm and the human realm, they were the same thing. We all lived on one plane, one universe, one whatever you want to call it. And then someone was like, you know what? Humans are vulnerable to stuff, so I'm going to put up a barrier. So they put up a barrier, and it split the fairy realm from the human world. Life evolved as it has throughout time. About, 30, 20 years ago, an orphan found her way into the fairy realm and met Merlin, who adopted her and taught her how to be a sorceress. She's come back into the world and is back into the human realm and is trying to establish peace between the fairy realm and the human world, and internally and against each other, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some of the and her method, what she's saying is peace and getting rid of guns and all like that to create a utopian world, but her methods aren't all that nice. And that's where the story takes off.
All right. There you go.
And you said you didn't have a good elevator pitch.
Oh
yeah.
It isn't a good elevator pitch.
Do you think people are ready for a protagonist that is a woman?
I hope so.
Definitely not.
We're definitely not at all.
It's going to be too shocking.
I hate women so much.
Well,
I know.
Men, we know this. We're well aware, which is kind of why we just step out of the way, you know.
I'm pretty sure I've dated more girls than Booster has.
Oh, now that's a
Oof.
deep shot.
Ouch.
I'm sorry to swerve this conversation. Wow.
That's
Yeah,
hard.
Wow.
The funny
Goodness
thing is,
gracious.
this idea was come up with in like 2003, 2005, and it was written at least in like 2010-ish. And that character is pretty much Hillary Clinton and completely falls in line with the politics of today. It's really weird.
Oh. Huh.
I mean,
That's-
just think about it. It's like she's anti-gun. She's technically an immigrant of some sort. She wants to take down a wall. She's spouting peace.
Oh, yeah, so she's more the antagonist anyway.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting.
Oh,
know.
well, now it all makes sense.
Now, I have a couple comments here in the chat I want to cover real quick. Paul Hassad says, lol, when I first saw the title of this stream, I thought there was some kind of war on FanSpeak. I was like, oh no, what now? No, dude, no controversy here, dude. We keep the drama down to a minimum of idiot SJW mocking. That's what we do. We mock the SJW because it's fun and funny. Beowulf says, oh shit. Edwin is heading down to the comics convention wearing a Comics Gate I Stand With Vic shirt. The man has hair of silver and balls of steel. Hail Edwin. Indeed, hail Edwin. Oh, Edwin. Love you, man. I mean, come on. He's going to twink off all those blue hairs so quick. Because you understand, people talk about Seattle being like this hotbed or center of SJWism. They've never visited Hawaii. Hawaii is an ultra progressive, crazy place. Okay, and I guarantee you that convention, there's a comic book convention in Honolulu right now. I guarantee you that convention is just slap full of SJWs. So he's going bared for war. All right, dude. Anyway, I just had to read that. Yeah, now, guys, we're sitting here looking, and he has this thing he just went through. Thousands of years ago, a barrier is erected between that which we consider myth and the world we live in. When the barrier falls, so may humanity. The Veilmore #1 is a 46-page comic set in the world on the brink of war. When all of mankind rallies to put an end to the war forever, their victory is seized upon by a greater force to possibly lead humanity into a cataclysmic catastrophe. All right, that's a nice little spiel. That's good. Now and you got the page count and stuff in there. Now, I guess the question for me would be, who are the artists and who is the writer of this comic?
That's kind of complicated. I'm the creator / editor / kind of co-writer.
Okay.
The writer is unknown as far as I could find. I haven't had contact with them in like 10 years, and I don't want to say their names because I don't know like their positions on anything, or like some of them do have positions in like comic book companies right now, and I don't want to go, yeah, and here's a Comicsgate book that they're a part of, and just destroy their career.
Well, you paid for the work, right? So it's
Yeah. I'm just being polite. I can say it, but
no, that's cool.
It's not cool.
You don't have to. How about the artist? Is that person that must be more recently on board?
The first artist, he did about 18 pages.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to do 20 pages. His scanner broke. I paid to have it repaired, and then he just ditched, and he never did the last 2 pages.
Oh wow.
Got another artist for that, and he did all the way up to second issues with up to 19 pages of the second issue and another 6 pages of a third issue. I think it's 6 pages. Some of the stuff that I'm using for promotional stuff is actually from the third issue, because that's likely not going to be used at all, simply because I don't have the script for it.
I love this building structure in the back. That's cool.
Yeah, and this guy who drew this is completely unknown, and I think he stopped drawing altogether.
Really?
No, that's
pretty
not
good.
killer up. You shouldn't stop drawing. That is a bloody crime.
Yeah, there's
And
some
like
good
I
art
said,
on
this
this
was
project,
10
man.
years ago.
It's pretty.
This guy is like from 10 years ago. So is like all the art is from 10 years ago.
Yeah, look at that. That's a nice one. Look at that.
This is the
So your book
from
is
that.
done though.
Pretty much all the line art is done, just not the colors. The colors that you're seeing in there are all like we had a colorist. Well, we had two colorists, but we saw that it was a lot of work, and we wanted to speed it up, so we hired a second one. And we're like, well, it's the fairy realm, so it doesn't really matter that it won't blend as well. But funding ran out before we got to the place where we wanted to be to submit. And now that it's been a while, the pages that I have for it need to be... If I went and got another colorist, those pages would all have to be recolored again.
Oh,
So that's all just being dropped.
Well, I saw you had an
And that's my
$8,000
color.
stretch goal for coloring the entire book, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my color right there. Those two pictures.
Mhm.
My coloring isn't up to what I would want it to be for
It's
coloring
better
the
than
book.
But
So
yeah, I get you.
You didn't write the book?
Well, the original writer is extremely wordy.
Okay.
So I'm going through and cutting the words back and editing it and rewriting places that are too wordy. Like,
Okay.
I just temporarily did a... And I thought the wording on these 2 pages were fine. And I saw it and I was like, wow, that's way too much.
Okay.
It's way beneath the average for what a comic is for Marvel and DC, but I saw it and it's just way too much for the page.
I see.
So I have to rewrite that area.
I like the character design going on in this page. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're part of the main Hero Force group. I have to come up with a new name about it because of IP stuff, copyright stuff. But
Oh, sure.
I thought Main Hero Force Group actually sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
they're the they're the soldiers from Camelot and King Arthur and them.
Oh, I see. Now you got this page pretty well colored. Is this your coloring here?
That's the colorist that
I see.
have to drop.
I
so
see. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad
that's
actually.
low res. Yeah, he's actually a pro. I know where he works. I did reach out to him, but he hasn't gotten back to me. So, and that's low resolution too. So I can't even use the page even if I wanted to.
Oh, wow. So what you have here is a project that needs to get to a certain goal, which is 8,000 on your page, so that you can get the whole thing colored. But you have all the pencils and inks are done. So that correct?
Right.
Oh, all right. That's awesome.
The first thing is to get it lettered and fix the few little things. Like if you go to that one page with the dragon on it, you can see a white line through it.
Oh,
that needs to be fixed up.
Well,
there's another one where I had to move a panel, so that has to be redrawn on there. And there's one page where I think it just works a little bit better if it's if the panel is moved slightly, and I would fix that myself, but I'm using a mouse and I can't make the movement to create that well enough.
You should talk to Booster. He's a master at MS Paint.
It's true. It's true. I do good work.
Man. Yeah. I have to say though, I actually like this panel quite a bit. This one right here. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You know which panel I actually really like, but it's a smaller one? There's one just above that one, this panel, right? To the right a little. See those colors? Look at that. With the pink and the yellow and the greens all contrasting off each other. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see more of. I hate it when colors blend in too much. I love to see that kind of dynamic color palette.
Yeah. No, I think it's very colorful, but in the right way. I like this. I think with these inks colored by the right person, which this guy seems to be the right dude, it looks good. Now, this is this the cover or this just an early workup?
This is a temp cover. This is a temp cover. I needed it for something for a cover for the campaign. The colors are mine. They're not rendered.
I see, I see. But I have to say, there's a lot of pencil work in here, man. Look at it. Look at the
Yeah.
detail. Look at all that. Jeez, how long did that take? Oof.
Yeah, that's also part of why I can't color it that
Yes,
well.
yeah, it's
Even
good.
if I do look good on pinups, it doesn't work on this because there's so many like pictures with just crowds and crowds and crowds.
Yeah.
Like,
and it looks a little bit unfinished up here in this middle section, actually. But that's just a ton of work, man.
yeah.
No, that's not unfinished. That's missed.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I like the little goblins, though. That's cute. Look at that.
Yeah, this is from the third issue again. A lot of the, like I said, a lot of promo stuff is
Hey, Chester,
third
go back
issue.
one.
So.
Hey, what's up, man?
Go back one, Chester.
Sure.
The crowds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're going to color a crowd like this, right, you need to think about it not as in rendering, like you're going to use in the foreground. You want to use tones. And how you want to use colored tones, yeah, because when you think about drawing, the more contrast you're going to have up front, it's going to fade to the background. So you want to use a slightly colored tone similar to the skin, but slowly fade it out as it goes backwards into the rock and stuff like that.
So it's
So
washed
you just get
out.
the gist. Yeah, so it's washed out.
Yeah.
Deus Ex is saying MS Paint God booster for the win. Okay, temp cover needs
I
richer
agree.
colors. Yeah, no, it needs coloring. You're right, but this is just a temp. And then he says, "I'm out." All right, dude. Thanks for coming. Sporkman Studios is here. Hello, Sporkman. Very nice to see you. Yeah, we have Flit Amarant here, and he says, "Be well, Deus Ex." Me Grimlock King 83. Sup? What's up, dude? Yeah, no, that's just a lot of work on this page. I appreciate the effort, you know. I love this. Actually, this is really cool.
That reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the intro from the cartoon.
This right here, or the previous temp
Yeah.
cover? Oh yeah.
No, this right here.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it.
You know what's interesting? I like is the uniqueness, like the goblins themselves, right? They are unique. I've seen a lot of different goblins, and I've not seen goblins like that before. You know.
So the artwork that you're showing here should be what you have on your Indiegogo campaign page, because it'll sell it better.
I agree.
Than the other artwork you got.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of dynamic artwork is fantastic. We love seeing
Action.
stuff
Yeah. And if you're
We
gonna be doing
love
this
seeing
black and
flying
white,
goblins.
I absolutely love seeing goblins getting catapulted. 100%. Absolutely.
Yes, I approve.
I don't know if this has already been
Huey.
answered, but are these other characters supposed to be orcs or something?
Maybe.
Yeah.
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 And
It's
if
goblins
you're
versus orcs in this.
if this is going to be a black and white comic, you should just say it up front. It's going to be a black and white comic, because there's nothing wrong with having a black and white comic. And then if we do hit the stretch goal, then we'll get it colored. I wouldn't worry about coloring it yet. If you already got the artwork where it needs to be, and you're just working on the words and the balloons and stuff, work on that first, and then worry about the coloring later, if there's enough funding. You know.
Okay,
But if
that was
there's
a cool
not, I
shot.
wouldn't worry about it.
He set that up right here. Actually, his stretch goal he has a single one, $8,000.
Yeah, but it's so far down, nobody's really going to know it. They see the artwork beforehand that's colored,
I see.
and it's going to throw them off.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
true.
why I mentioned that book will be black and white.
Oh, I see. He says it right here. The book will be black and white unless stretch goal is meant. Now, maybe I don't know though. I kind of like these pictures, but maybe you should take the color ones and put them underneath the stretch goal to give an example, and then put more of that really cool action black and white art up here ahead of time. So as people are coming down the page, and then they get to the stretch goal here, and then you have a more colored art as an example. Maybe that would be a good way to do it, because
Okay.
you know, I'm just to answer that question, I guess. But I think the art looks cool. The story idea is interesting. It's just Arcadia versus our world. Someone
And
has their mic on.
I gotta say it, that flinging goblin and the goblin flying, looking right over the flying goblin over the rest of the crowd. Those two panels right there are awesome.
Yeah.
Those are sellers.
You know,
yeah.
You should make these little goblins like mascots to the story. They should be like the face of the story.
Yeah.
You know? And like the you see what we got here, right, with the skull and bones and everything. This is all right, but I think one of those little goblins is one of the first things we should see when we hit the Indiegogo badge.
Those are your minions.
Correct. Yeah, no, I agree. And actually,
those are your little yellow minions.
Beowulf here says trebuchet, and seeing as that is a one of the things that Ethan likes to say, and it's a meme within this community particularly, I would actually take the trebuchet goblins. It's actually catapulted, but good enough. And I would put it right toward the top, and I would above it put trebuchet in big capital letters with exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
I kind of forgot about the trebuchet meme. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, make it a meme. It's a meme.
It is a meme.
Yeah.
It's a meme. Yeah.
So, Pope, you got any questions for Dragon here? Pope?
No, not. Sorry, I didn't. I'm having some mic issues.
Well, tell Mike to get out.
Yeah, no, I think you guys mostly covered what. I mean, I was gonna ask him who his favorite Titan was, but he disappointed me. So.
Oh my goodness!
Don't disappoint the Pope Fire.
I have to.
It's okay. I do that all the time.
Booster does it every day.
Oh my! Guys, keep your private antics to yourself, please. Thank you.
Yeah, and goblins are usually the funnest fantasy race to deal with. Like a lot of them are, when you look at other fantasy work, they're always generic, but they're really fun because of what you can do with them. Because one of the things I've done with them is, you know how goblins are usually that race that breeds a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I said that. It's not that they're rambling incoherently. It's that since their population increases so quickly and they go through generations so quickly, their lingual evolution goes quickly. So every single one of them keeps on creating new words. And so instead of being incoherent babbling, they have really specific words for minor stupid things. There's 2,000 colors, and they would have a word for each of those colors.
I see. Do they have a special word for Beowulf?
Probably.
Yeah, dickhead.
Yeah, okay. How about a special word? Is there a word that can be created for booster, I wonder?
Booster!
I love Beowulf. I don't mean it.
I know. I just had to offer you the opportunity to get yourself in trouble with yet another foreigner. We do know that Pablo is hunting you. Now we have an Australian is after, and he's much closer.
Well, now I'm hiding in plain sight.
Well,
fix account when FanSpeak look on me. Look at me.
King Slasher Slayer. Keep in mind that Beowulf, of course, if you guys have read the epic of Beowulf, you know that he can swim entire oceans. So you are not safe, sir.
Correct. You cannot run.
He's spamming the chat with the awesomeness of Beowulf. Cool. That's funny. Go ahead, Duel.
So, Dragon, what I really think is cool is that's something that Tolkien did, right? He created the whole Elvish language. And I know you're not necessarily doing that, per se. I hope you're not, because
I haven't done it for this world
of insanity. But for the goblins to do that's going to change with every they're going to have that level. That is a detail that puts so much more background into a story. That means that you're rooted in fundamentals and that you can really get into. and that's cool to see in concept for a comic book coming out.
Well, you are
I don't
super
use
robot
that in-
today, man.
Yeah.
I don't use that specifically in this universe, but they do reproduce quickly still. And as far as developing a language, I've done that, but not for this one either.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, D&D,
I have
man.
I have a con language that works. It just needs a little bit more work on the lexicon, and it's finished.
Yep.
So
Now, most of the role-playing DMs have created their own language or two over the years, for sure. And you can do it anything from the obscure to the simply just changing what a letter looks like, right?
yeah, it's when you're not trying to create an actual language, you're trying to do a cipher or something that sounds like a different language. It's incredibly easy.
Nerds.
Yes, we are nerds. Thank you very much, Thundero. He unmutes himself just to say that and then mutes himself again. Thank you very much, sir. Oh my goodness. All right,
Troll.
so anybody else have any questions here for Dragon or comments regarding the Indiegogo? Anything?
I would just make changes as soon as possible to your campaign, my friend. Get that artwork swapped out. That way it's more fun, more engaging. Maybe rewrite the top a little bit so you get a little more story. And it's clear it's a black and white book, a little bit more up front. I know you have it down farther, but I think that'll help you out a little bit more in the long run. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
just make some changes. You got time, so
You do?
Yeah.
might as
And
well
the
use
thing
that
about
time.
Yeah, the thing about the trebuchet being a meme, I mean, that could be fun to put in there, and I think it would also make your in more meaningful.
Really bad robot today.
Yeah, dude.
Really
Yeah.
bad.
Well,
Unfortunately.
I caught like 2 words from that, and I didn't think they were English.
No.
Wait,
no.
you didn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was
couldn't
English either.
I
understand.
have a question. Greetings, everybody.
Hey, George.
What is
Hello.
what is the technical challenges that you face immediately right now? I heard something about the art being low res and something about trying to get in touch with the artist. Can you detail that?
The current problem right now is just fixing up like 2 or 3 pages, and doing the lettering and then paying for the printing, and that's all that's needed for the funding goal.
Okay.
The letter is going to be J. Shirofini. I also got to pay for cover, and that's the cover, the touch-ups, and the colors, if they get done, are going to be done by an artist called Josen on Twitter. Or at least that's the plan. I don't want to hold someone for like 2-3 months and have things not go through.
Sure.
So
Have you strategized plan B?
no, not really. There's no plan B really.
Well,
My recommendation, the board can speak here. Plan B.
yes,
It's
have
a good
plan B.
idea.
Well, that's okay. He's got time, dude. And the fixed goal is very reasonable. So you just need to get our shows, push it. I think you need to polish your delivery. Is always helpful. I mean, you have to keep in mind, as a lot of people say, "Well, I'm not a salesman." Well, all there is to being a salesman is being an entertainer. You're entertaining people with what you're selling, right? So just polish that up a little bit. I think add some of that really cool art, which should be on this page. Put that on there. But I think it's an interesting looking project, and you have a lot of it done. So it's different than many Indiegogos we see. A lot of them come in with nothing really done. Which I understand is the general concept of crowdfunding, but in these day and age, I mean, honestly, the crowdfunding sites like Indiegogo, Kickstarter, it's really kind of a store. I mean, ultimately, right? So having yourself full ahead like you are, I think that is a really good thing. Now, there are a few comments over here in the chat I want to cover, and I think they're going to actually involve some interaction from the panel here. Excuse me. First thing is, Beowulf says, I had a working language for dwarves once, then I lost it. Now, I know with the angry face, this isn't meant as a joke, but actually, that is a joke. I had a working language for dwarves once, then I lost it. You get it? It's a joke. Dwarves are always losing stuff. The Lost Kingdoms, Anyway, that was too nerdy. Too nerdy. Too nerdy. Lou Illustration says, I'm a dummy. I read it as Veal Wars, a story about young cows going into battle. Actually, I wish someone would make that.
Isn't veal?
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Now,
wait, isn't veal deers?
veal is young cows. Yeah.
Veal's deer, isn't
Now,
it?
excuse
Yeah.
me, DeWolf. You have no place to have mocking laughter. You are the ultra bad pun king. God. He's trying to use his roboting to his advantage. That's nice. Now, this question right here, actually, this point right here, actually, I think needs conversation. Paul Hassett says, just got Lone Star in the mail. Whoop. Now, I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'm in Japan. I'm the last person who will ever get it. But I think DeWolf, unfortunately, he's roboting, but DeWolf might have a comment on that. Go ahead, DeWolf. DeWolf?
Yeah, I got Lone Star and I thought it was really terrible. Wow.
No,
My name's
I don't have
DeWolf.
a comment.
You
It
don't
doesn't
have a
work.
comment.
No, here, look. It's all.
All
That's
right,
my
hold on a
comment.
second. Let me come over there. I got to go over and switch it up.
Gotta hold it back up, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead and hold it back up.
Okay. That's it. Where is it? Is it right? What's going on
No,
here?
it's not right. It's blurry and choppy.
Am I-
And
Okay, so it
I
says.
So we
where
see
you
your
live. Now I
address.
have your address. You've doxed yourself. Thank you very much.
you
Postage
go.
due. Oh, there it is. Postage due, $2.99. So you're basically what DeWolf is saying, because he can't speak now. Is that he got from Mike Miller, who wrote this out, in the mail. Or one of his army family wrote it out. Got this in the mail, and he had to pay $3 to get his book on post.
No, that's from the post office. That's a notice left for him. That he has to go to the post office, pay $2.99, and then he can pick up his book.
Still, the point being, why? He already paid for shipping, I am sure. Probably $10, I think it is. That's an interesting point.
It's okay.
It is okay. It's only $3. I get it, $3, but So my question would be here for Paul. Did you have to spend any money on shipping at the post office? Well, come on, it's a mistake, dude. So Paul, let us know in the down here in the chat if you paid any money. I would be curious in that. Anyway, let's continue
In the
on.
spirits of
Go ahead.
spirits of Lone Star, though, I will be getting a pigeon sidekick that I will be telling all my exposition to.
Okay.
What?
Lone Star was
You already-
talking to a
you
pigeon
already
in the
have-
first few pages of Lone Star.
You already have one.
I
His
wish
name's
I knew
Booster.
this.
Yes.
He's a
And now
He's a Kiwi.
I have Booster Kiwi. I'm gonna be telling him all my exposition now.
That's
Every
true.
time.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
oh, good.
Cordero was trying to make that joke that you already have one, but your joke was already there. I kind of got that. So you're not a Kiwi now, Booster. You're a pigeon. Wonderful. You've been demoted.
Which is a
I don't
double
know.
demotion.
Pigeons can fly. That could be an upgrade. Pigeons can bloody survive on their own.
Maybe. All right. Beowulf says,
Kiwis are useless. We have to try to stop them from bloody killing themselves.
This is true. Yeah. Beowulf
So
says,
you do have a lot in common with Kiwis. Cool.
oh no, it's getting dark now.
Oof.
All right. Beowulf says, keep working on your elevator pitch until it's down to one concise sentence. Interesting. Wolfman, who is roboting, says, use the trebuchet meme as much as possible. It would make the campaign more meaningful. Oh, God. Nick W. says, to Wolfman, all we heard was meaningful. All right. Be excited about your awesome product. Yeah, the more excitement would certainly be good for you, Dragon. Now, let me see here. Beowulf continues, says, I'm not kidding. Get in front of the mirror and pitch this thing to yourself 3 or 4 times a day. Don't use a script. Just get used to talking about it with excitement. Yeah, no, that's just true. Because you need to go on a lot of shows and pitch it, right? Beowulf continues, your elevator pitch should, however, be scripted. So it is the same every time. No spoilers for Lone Star. Oh, okay. Let's see. Nick W. says, in Veil War, are there women?
The main character is a woman.
The main character is a woman.
Well,
Okay,
sort
but
of-
will it pass the Bechdel test?
Will
Is
pass
it a
the
goblin
Bechdel
woman?
test?
I don't know what is the Bechdel test
A
qualifications.
woman
I'm
has to
getting.
talk to another woman for 5 minutes, and it can't be about men.
Nope, because she doesn't. Well, maybe. I mean, she gives a speech.
I don't know.
Is-
I want my goblin women representation here. You know, where's my
Does that
goblin?
even happen in reality?
It's time.
It's
It
time.
is
They've,
time.
they've been in
It
the
is
shadows, in the caves for too long.
Now,
time.
now, hold on. Let's not go over that real quick. I have a comment I want to make with Thunder just said. Now, all of us who play D&D, which is probably most of us have done it at least once or twice, but we know that in D&D and in movies and games and stuff like that, goblins, you never see a female goblin, right? You never
Correct.
do.
What?
And in Goblin Slayer, the anime that came out, which is based on D&D, 100% based on D&D, and it's awesomeness. They had the concept in there, which ticked off the SJWs, but the concept in there was goblins kidnap human women or other races women
Yeah.
and breed with them, and that's where goblins come from. And they also had the concept that an orc is nothing but a long-lived goblin, because the goblins just keep growing and growing and growing and become orcs, then trolls, then ogres, etc. I kind of liked the concept as out of Goblin Slayer. I thought it's very clever, because no one's ever addressed the female goblin.
Well,
Yeah.
when they made it with female humans, were they in disguise?
No, they attacked.
No,
and
they
raped
raped
them.
him.
Yeah, they raped them.
No,
Kidnapped and raped them, yeah.
they rape them. Priestess
They
is the
got-
best character in that manga, by the way.
That is a
They
good.
got
it-
real
it is,
rapey.
yeah.
So you're telling me they were green little Vikings, is what you're telling me?
Oh, they're little
Correct.
bastards.
Yeah.
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 No, but I mean, they are little bastards. They're the enemy. They're the bad guy.
They
They're
truly
the,
are,
the
yeah.
terror in the night, the goblin, right? And that Goblin Slayer deals with it beautifully, right? I just thought it was a really cool idea. That's all I wanted to. I just wanted to mention it. Goblin Slayer is pretty good. I guess I understand why the SJWs got so upset, because rape. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's supposed to be scary, right? It's supposed to be a threat. And the thing that I think that maybe women don't get about men is that, yeah, of course, rape is going to upset and terrify a woman, obviously, but it ticks men off as much, if not more.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of women understand that. The
I
average
mean-
man cannot stand that. It ticks us off like you wouldn't believe.
I believe that women are more terrified than they are angry at rape. To be
Yeah,
honest.
men gets their blood boiling. Like, you
Yes,
son of a
that's
bitch.
true. Good point.
Yeah.
But no, it really ticks us off a lot. So
Yes,
using
that protective mantle type thing. Or
it
whatever.
is. It is. Well,
Mhm.
I mean, when I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, no, and that is a tool you can use. Maybe it's a blunt tool, to do storytelling, but it's effective, right?
It
It's
is.
like hurting the mother in any way is going to tick off the men, and it engages them in your story, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards. Yes, we know. Thank you. Lorenzo Sleestek is here. He says, "Hail, hail! Good to see everybody." Well, good to see you, do. Booster says disavowed. I don't know who he's disavowing. It's probably everybody. Flit Armament, Flit Armament. It's so small. Truth, Chester. Yes, I know. Thank you. Chester speaks truth. All right. Anyway, any other comments here for Dragon before we move on to some news? All right. But I think you've gotten a lot of good advice from people, dude. A lot of, I think it's a good looking project. You just need to keep pushing it. You need to polish it up a little bit. And, we can all take some of our own advice as well. We have Tales from Beyond the Gate going on, and I think we need to keep polishing that and adding new things and doing stuff with that as well. So it's good advice all around, and we wish you really good luck with that, dude. And then as the project comes on, continues on, if you want to come back and talk about it more later, please do. Okay.
Yep, I'll go through and change whatever I think is good to change.
Sure.
I changed the entire thing after someone was like, "You're doing a disservice to what you actually have," and I was like, "Okay." The entire name was changed, so.
Oh,
Once someone pointed that out, I was like, "Oh, yeah, you're right." So I changed the name, changed what was up there.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Just recently, I added the Teespring store on there because someone was like, "You should have that on a T-shirt." I was like, "Okay, do it the easiest, best way possible."
Yeah, no, the T-shirt looked good too. Now,
Yeah, because it looks great.
DeWolfman, who wants to inform us that because we were talking about the goblin spelled backwards, he wants to inform us that Cape Snaff is FanSpeak spelled backwards as well. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's useful. All right, guys. Let me go over here and let's get on to some of the news we have to cover. And Popefire has a little meme there.
I do have to say that Cape Snaff literally sounds like the name of a gun.
It does, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Let me see. What is Popefire doing here? Hold on. And I can fly and eat hot pockets and my most powerful power bad jokes. Goodness gracious.
You got my power then.
So let's see. The first story I wanted to get in today. Well, actually, the first thing I want to do today. Let me drop this down here. First thing I want to do actually is go over and look at the FanSpeak page on Facebook. Now, we talk about this, we promote it. We got 167 members here. It's been growing, and it's really cool. But I want to show you what people are doing over here because we talk about it, but we don't show it. So I thought it'd be cool to look at it. But here on the FanSpeak page, of course, we have all the normal Facebook stuff. But as you come down here and you start looking at what people are kind of putting in, like Constantinius Petrokelios says, in my new 7-minute video, etc., on YouTube, KP Art, I'm initially showing you this week's drawing. Okay, so this person's sharing what they're doing in their YouTube and they're showing their art. Cool, right? So anybody, okay, don't do that, please. Come on now. This person then can get people to come over and check out his thing. That's perfect, right? That's exactly what FanSpeak is for, right? Self-promotion, community promotion, and this person's doing art, and you go check out their art, right? You got Samuli Oki, who is over here he's from Sweden. We've seen him on many things. He's very interactive. Yes, thank you very much, James. And he says, everybody seems to have one and works. And this is Sylvester Stallone is starring in a dark, fresh, original superhero film for MGM. Oh, interesting. Thank you for the news, Samuli. Here's George ourselves. This is his winning piece yesterday from the fan edition. Very cool. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Thank you, Brad. Oh, Brad wants to get in it too. Everyone's 12 again. Gary Shipman over here.
Spelled you're wrong,
pages
Brad.
of the Peckins Land Omnibus are done. Sweet. That's half.
That's cool.
Here's what I'm curious about. What exactly are you and Mr. Shipman speaking about on Facebook privately?
I'm not going to show you. He and I converse quite a bit.
And that Packins Land book is coming along nicely. It looks all the updates he's doing. It looked really good.
Yeah. Now Gary and I are. I created a card game for Gary. For his, I don't think it's going to be on the omnibus. It might be, but I have a feeling he's going to save it to the new Packins Land launch he'll do sometime later this year or next year. But I created a card game, a simple little color and number collection game. It's simple, but there's a lot of characters that he has in that he's doing his trading cards, and I have to create the mechanics for each character. That's the interaction we're having right now, so you can know. But that's what that is. But Araldor, Elalier. What are these people in these Elven names? Damn it. My surprise at Aquaman movie. Aquaman was a lot of fun. A movie that is very beautiful in its special effects. And we had... and we had no trouble with enjoying the performance of the actors. We liked it a lot. The thing that got me, and I am a bit of a fan of the character, is that I had never until this evening made the connection between Aquaman's given name and his story. I'm a little embarrassed by that. I'm an even greater fan of the connection you see. And he continues on in that. But that's cool. So he's giving a little movie review here. Okay, thank you, Ken. Now everyone knows who you are. You just docked yourself. Ha ha. But thanks, Pope. Thanks for coming in. Jeremy here says Indie don't go, and he's talking about so you want to launch Indiegogo, and he's giving me some information here. He says don't charge $10 for shipping for your lowest physical reward. Well, if you go in and do research on that, you'll find out that's harder said than that's more difficult said
It's
than
way
done.
harder than
Yeah.
some. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So you could like say, hey, $35 for your book, no shipping. Yeah, you just paid for shipping, right?
There's
Yeah,
so many
just like-
notifications. They're really triggering me.
Yeah, but
People
yeah,
people
thank
don't
you.
Need to get
understand
rid of
that
them.
when you're shipping a book on Indiegogo, you gotta pay for the protection of the
Yeah,
book, the
it's-
packaging, and the shipping. So $10 is pretty fair.
And we had a great show last week where we were talking with George, and we were going over all of these things, distribution costs, mailing costs. It was a really good one. You guys should check that out. But hey, maybe Jerry has some interesting ideas here, so come check it out. And thank you for sharing, right?
That's right. You gotta pay for protection.
Jeez. Pablo Romero's going to come in.
Unless you're going to Planned Parenthood.
Hey, we got Paul, who was just reading his thing earlier. He put in this thing that he's reading right here. Of course, we interviewed these people that are doing this book.
That's
actually.
right. Yeah.
For this Indiegogo.
Is that music video complete?
I would assume so, since the project is moving right along. So, yeah, awesome.
Mhm. Cool.
Yeah, Mr. Poulter came in and spoke to us. It was cool. Here's some information from Sumley again, and we talked about this yesterday, actually. That guy was kind of cool. Hey, Black Cat, new Black Cat comic coming to school, and people interacting. Just coming. Ooh, God, the news gathering of Denali. But anyway, it goes on and on. Look at all this stuff. Everyone's kind of giving
Denali's
their
a brave
ideas.
boy.
He is.
Seriously, everyone, give love to Denali. He's sick right now, and he goes to Bleeding Cool for you ungrateful people.
He
Oh,
is
he's
sick right
sick?
now. So you've
Bleeding
spoken to
Cool.
him.
He goes into the heart of the enemy territory.
Booster,
to
you've
see what
spoken to
correcting
Denali
news they have.
recently.
The humanity.
Booster.
Hmm?
You've spoken to Denali recently?
No.
Okay, all right. But yeah, no, Denali's awesome, dude. But
Yes.
I'm just saying that look at all the stuff people are sharing with their, the move the needle stuff and talking about new ideas, things they're doing, new books they're coming out with, their opinions. It's cool, man. It's
What is
exactly
that?
what this right here.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, but I just wanted to show the page real quick, and everyone's interacting and giving us stuff, and it's cool, man. I'm really happy about this. Now, I didn't create this page. This is created by Denali, but I think it's just awesome, and it's really neat to see everybody interacting. Nevertheless, I just wanted we
Speaking
never
of Todd,
show
wait,
it.
where is Todd?
By the way, Chester, I'd like to
So
know his nerd rages in the chat today.
What on nerd rage?
Oh, hey, Weaponized, what's going on, dude? He said General Kenobi, yeah. All right.
Because I said hello there. Hello there.
Hello, yeah.
Hello there.
A matter of fact, just for him. Okay. But thank you all for interacting on the page and being involved. This is really, really cool. But let's go move on. And of course, I haven't really showed it before because I have a bunch of idiots with me who keep posting things because they think it's funny. Okay, next. Cagney and Lacey, just like I remember. Female-centric Bad Boys TV show spinoff. LA's Finest. Showrunners hospitalized. Oh no, she's hurt. Now, here's the thing, guys. For the past this article is going to be talking about just what happened, right? But for
Chester, I just
many
ate.
years, what?
I just ate. You can't show me this kind of
I
stuff when
most
I just
certainly
ate.
can show you because they're woke
I'm
and they're
sorry. These
sexy
women are
cool.
hot.
Okay.
Oh,
But anyway, for the past how many years? A decade, maybe. Almost every cop drama that comes out is female-led, right? This is nothing new, right? And Cagney and Lacey
Am I
did a
still
lot
robotic?
better, by the way.
No.
Am I still robotic?
No, you're better.
no,
It's
you're
not
Oh, I
beautiful
can
to
rant. I can rant.
Uh-oh.
Excellent.
Watch out.
Here's the problem with this picture. The problem with this picture is they're propagating this continual stereotype that women must be a certain size. And in the original Cagney and Lacey, there was a beautiful woman which had a few more pounds on her that we enjoyed watching, and they've taken that away for this Hollywood stereotype, and I demand it to be changed.
That's right.
So
And
you're
there was a
saying that they were
lesbian
thick.
too.
Yeah, but I want to shag these women,
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
so I'm okay with it.
I'm sorry. I
Absolutely.
like both those women too. I don't know
Yeah.
about the story of the show. I'm just saying I like those two women who were actors.
That's not
I don't
my
know about
point.
their.
I'm just saying it's nothing new. But yeah, I see. Yeah,
Okay.
weaponize. Do you want to come in the show? Just make a comment, and I'll drop the link in the Twitter for you, dude. Um, but let's see what it says here. Showrunners for Bad
They
Boys,
both
female-centric TV spin-off, LA Finest, Brandon Margolis and Brandon Sonier. They got the double Brandons. Sweet. Were
they
injured
both have resting
during
bitch face.
filming
So
and rushed to the hospital. Oh no. Interesting. What did they do? A source from Deadline told them multiple people got injured. Los Angeles Police
Cool.
Lieutenant Philip Heem confirmed that there was an accident. I can confirm there was an accident. Okay, thank you. He would also clarify that there were only 2 injuries, so a lot of people, but 2. All right, we had 2 injuries once again. Relayed. Uh, one being worse than the other. Okay, wow, that's just great information. Goodness. So basically,
It
there is
happened to
no
the guys
information.
though. It didn't happen to the girls though.
No, it didn't. It happened to the showrunners, the creators. But of course, he's leading with these guys' pictures, I guess. Well, let's hope they get better. We don't know what it is, but star in LA's Finest, the first original series from Spectrum Origins, premiering May 13th, only on Spectrum. What's Spectrum? Tell me about it. I don't live in America.
Spectrum Originals.
Yeah.
My lord.
Spectrum.
Spectrum Originals, it says. And
What is-
Spectrum is as far as I know, they're a internet provider. So apparently they're launching their own service.
Oh, kind of like Amazon.
Oh,
and stuff like
interesting.
that. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Oh, good. He wants
weaponized.
their own bloody service.
Weaponized Nerd Race says, "Got to get back to the bar. You guys have fun." Well, hey, dude, thanks for coming in. Only Rosie O'Donnell. I don't know what that means, Booster. Please elaborate.
No, move on,
See,
move on.
The
Yeah,
joke,
don't.
just above it said, "Booster, is they a woman you don't want to shag?" And I said, "Only Rosie O'Donnell,"
Oh, okay.
which
I
is
see.
a reference to what Trump made. There you go. I dissected the joke for you. Happy?
Yeah, I am.
Booster, why are you lying? Why are you lying to everybody right now?
Why
move
you
on.
always lying?
I don't shag Rosie O'Donnell too.
Cool. Anyway, let's move into a more substantive story here. Stargirl, Jericho's Amy Smart, 2 more join DC Universe live action series. Now, I'm actually kind of wouldn't mind seeing a Stargirl live action if it's done more like Doom Patrol, which seems to be better than say Titans. But we've been talking about this a little bit. Are you guys interested in
confirm.
this Stargirl?
are they using the Stargirl that they introduced already?
Oh, I'll show it over here. It's right down here. This one. You know, the
That's
standard
awesome.
Stargirl,
Okay.
right?
I mean, I'm interested in Stargirl, but I'm probably not going to watch that show.
It might be good, right? I mean, because we were worried about the Doom Patrol, but I don't know. It looks pretty good actually. But anyway,
Oh
Jericho.
no, they did a good job.
Yeah,
They
Jericho.
did good.
Go ahead.
They did a good job of with Stargirl in one of these series, CW series.
Yeah.
Forget which one though. So it's a good sign that they can do good with her on a series.
Well, I think it's interesting because she is a young girl, and a lot of these things are really promoted as to teens. The CW and all this kind of stuff. This streaming services. It's really for teenagers, right? We can enjoy it from various different points of view, but and this is going to be that, and that's cool. I hope they do a good job with it. But Amy
As
Smart
long
is
as they don't do the Supergirl where they're handling Supergirl, then it
well,
should be
that's a
good.
mess. Yeah, that's too bad. Well, once again, there's a huge opportunity missed, right? You know.
Oh, it's coming.
Well, the same thing with the Flash. The Flash started out all right. I'm not a big fan of the CW series, but now Flash is hardly even part of the show. It's just about the Get Woke crew, right? They've ruined
Oh,
it,
yeah.
right?
Mm.
Amy Smart
it's
is
crap.
joining the
It's all
cast of
crap.
the upcoming live-action Stargirl series from DC Universe, with the series set to premiere late 2019. Smart has been tapped to play Barbara Whitmore, Courtney's mother. Oh, okay. Who is jumping back into the workforce and striving to be the best mother and provider she can be to her daughter, her new husband, haha, Luke Wilson, and her new stepson. Ooh, I don't know. What is a Trey Romano? I have no idea. Okay, so it's oof. Someone's looking rugged. Who's this? Is this
That
this
told
lady?
me nothing about the series.
No, it doesn't. But
She needs moisturizing.
and they don't really give us
Hmm.
more information either. Well, that's all right. I mean, I don't. She doesn't have to be beautiful. I know this actress. I've seen her before, but the years are starting to hammer.
We refer to that as white people aging.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
my
unfortunately, we do age like that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, it's not a
Need
lot of
to
information.
moisturize.
It is coming. But I'm kind of I hope it's good because I'm hoping that this DC Universe streaming stuff gets better and better because eventually we're going to get the Swamp Thing, and I want that to be killer. You know. Sporkman says Legends of Tomorrow, dude. Don't mention that again. It's so horrible. It's so bad.
And they won't. They did a freaking time travel show, and they didn't bring Booster Gold. Disgusting.
It's
Then again,
weird,
I don't
right?
think I wanted Booster Gold in that show.
And especially because he's an unused character. They could have easily
Yeah.
thrown him in there, right? It would have been
Absolutely.
perfect. But that is just so hokey lame,
But
and
no.
it's not the cool hokey like Doctor Who, for instance, right? Because Doctor Who is super, B grade hokey, right? But it's a cool hokey. This is just dumb and silly
Yeah.
and yeah.
Cheap.
You know, if they do the Swamp Thing, it's going to be hyper environmentalist.
Oh no.
So, and
I
it's going to
mean-
be terrible.
It
It
might
probably
be.
will be, but at least that character would make sense being environmentalist instead of just randomly changing one of the other characters to be that way.
Yeah, but I mean, Legends of Tomorrow is kind of equivalent to, Toxic Avenger 2. I mean, just as a comparison. You don't want Toxic Avenger 2, you want Toxic Avenger 1. God, John. Next. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, this is a bit of news that caught my eye. Do you guys know Urusei Yatsura?
Oh yeah.
This is weeb trash.
It is weeb trash, but that this is a legendary character in Japan, dude. Everybody knows. If you know how everyone in America knows Big Bird, everybody knows her,
Oh yep.
right?
I love Big Bird.
Yeah.
He's a good
But
fella.
this article is just kind of talking about it because they're going to be bringing Lum back, so that's kind of interesting. Viz Media announces the return of Rumiko Takahashi's Lum in beloved manga Urusei Yatsura. So this is from John F. Trent, of course, at Bounding into Comics. But they're bringing it back and features a 400-page plus of space alien mayhem from your favorite tiger-striped bikini-clad cutie. Meet the darling of Rumiko Takahashi's prolific work, Lum. In a high-stakes game of tag, Ataru must touch Lum's horns in 10 days, or aliens will take over the Earth. As it turns out, the game of tag is only the beginning of Ataru's troubles, as he continues to attract strange encounters with otherworldly beings.
Booster,
Now,
I think
you
you're
are
choking on your
mocking
own
a
tail.
culture here, sir.
Some cultures deserve to be mocked.
Really? Oh, okay,
Leaves
baby.
long in the trash.
Baby, they're making fun of Japan. She
No,
boos you.
Japan itself is fine, but the culture around this particular, whatever you want to call it, is not. It's terrible.
just cute,
I'm just
sexual
saying.
thing, dude.
Well, it's just a cute, fun book. What about
Yeah,
it?
it's
I'm
not
just
a-
saying, one more nuke and I wouldn't have to put up with this.
Oh,
Oh my
goodness
God.
gracious! The
Wow.
booster is now threatening more nuclear bombs to be dropped on Japan. She says, "Oh my God!" All right, you struck a nerve, sir. But I thought it was cute news though, because I don't think the Westerners understand.
Oh, she's not happy.
No, she's not. She said she's gonna bomb you. Uh-oh, New Zealand's in trouble. She's gonna not
Come on,
bomb you. God, that's just mean.
We have as our tech sheep to defend ourselves. Come on, leave New Zealand out of this.
But no, I want to show this because this is absolutely a legendary character in Japan. Everybody here knows this character. Yeah, this character is found on advertisement everywhere. It's like on storefront windows. Lum is is a super character in Japan. I don't know how much Western people know it very well, but for Japan, this is a classic character, and it's cool they're bringing it back in this huge omnibus. So I'm actually probably going to get it because I've never really read it in English, therefore I haven't read it well. So I kind of would like to see it, and they're definitely doing an English version, so it's cool.
Is it as classic character as the one that's on my screen right now?
Oh, let me come over and check real quick. Let's see who you have on your screen. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Keep playing around. You're gonna meme. People are gonna meme her right into the White House. Keep playing around. It's all funny right now. Wait till
No, they're
she's
giving
35.
We have to stop.
This is Newsarama. They're giving her own comic.
Well,
We have
of
to
course
stop
they are.
memeing this girl because she is the left wing's Trump.
Well, yeah, but
Yep.
the difference is this, though, and who knows? I mean, politics is a crazy thing, but the thing with Cortez is, she is their Trump, right? And she is a radical, progressive Marxist. She's a full-on socialist, right? Hardcore one. I mean, talking about she's already made comments talking about making people do stuff, all right? Already, right? But here's the thing about Cortez. She's kind of weird looking, kind of creepy looking with that buggy eye thing. And Trump's kind of weird looking too, right? Okay, there's a comparison. But here's the thing. She's dumb as a brick. She says the stupidest things,
she
dude.
is.
Now, Trump, who they say is
Doesn't
dumb all
matter.
the time, is far from dumb. Trump is a very clever dude. He's just from New York. He's a vulgar New Yorker is what he is. That dude is clever. She's not. And so there's the difference. Now, if America wants to elect an absolute pure idiot into the White House, hey, have at it. Enjoy socialism.
Hey, you greatly underestimate the stupidity of America.
No.
Populism requires
You gotta know that.
popularity.
There's the one person that is the central middle of the road, sitting on the couch, TV watching, beer drinker. Okay,
Mhm.
it will not go for the
This
complete
chick.
socialism.
It's true,
Yeah.
but it's such a razor's edge right now. Who knows, right? But the thing with those people is kind of interesting because things have definitely shifted left to a point. Because keep in mind, Trump is a centrist. He's not conservative.
Populist movements require popularity.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So she's not popular at all. So even if there's a populist movement behind her, it doesn't matter.
This is funny. Me Grimlock King 83 says the word you're looking for, Chester, is idiot. Nick W says she's dumb as a brick, Chester. 2019. Yeah, dude, she is, man. Just listen to her. Just go listen to any interview, anyone. I have not seen
telling
her
you.
do a single interview that she didn't say two
called-
or three stupid things. Not just one.
Called
No,
negative
yeah,
marketing.
Then all of her press people are backpedaling for her right after.
Okay, hold on. I got to correct something here. You cannot compare Cortez to a brick.
I know.
You're giving bricks a bad name.
Oh, goodness gracious. I mean,
True,
she's not
true.
that
No,
bad. She's just kind
I-
of a typical
I like her
communist,
interviews.
right?
I really liked her interviews whenever she was doing them on Saturday Night Live as the girl that you don't want to speak to at the party.
Yeah.
Those were great. I like those interviews.
I liked
She
her
does have a
speeches
sense of
when she
humor,
was
that's true.
dancing.
We should marry her to Booster and get her sent out to New Zealand.
Wow. Booster.
No, that's a great idea.
That's kind of mean.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think.
shag her.
Really? She's so
Yeah.
creepy, dude. Her buggy eyes
Yeah.
are really creepy.
I mean, she had that dance video. She looked kind of hot in it, but when she starts like with her teeth and the eyes, it's like at first she looks okay, but then when like the eyes
starts
and
with
the
her
teeth
teeth.
starts like bulging out, it starts becoming terrifying. She looks like a donkey or a horse or something. So
Yeah.
it's nothing a good.
You can use her for a
context.
before and
Yeah.
after thing for communism.
Yeah.
Before
Mm.
you get the dancing video. After communism, you get whatever that is up on stage right now.
Okay, cool. But anyway, let's move on to the next
Kind of
story
looks
here.
like an anime character when her eyes go up, huh?
She does kind of look like an anime
Like
character.
Lum hair.
She does in
Yeah,
a way.
I
You're
think
right.
she could
Yeah.
cosplay Lum.
She could. But anyway, I just thought this was a cool story. It seems not so many of you are interested in it, but I live in Japan, so you cannot not see this character.
Yeah, most of us don't live in Japan, Chester.
Yeah,
Just
just
seems like
sorry.
no.
Okay, sorry. All right. Next article here is from Bleeding Fool. And this is from Abby Green. It says plenty of anti-sex propaganda
course.
and Red Sonja comic reviews. Okay, well, this would be that word that Booster taught me recently. Thick, I think, is the word, right?
Oh yeah, she's thick.
Oh
She's
yeah.
thick.
Mm.
Yep, boy.
Yeah, baby.
She's been eating her wheat cakes.
She has, and you know, it's interesting in so many of these TV shows. They put these action heroes in front of us that are these scrawny, skinny little girls that aren't that you know you could have 10 of them come at you and you just kind of toss them away, right?
You just flick with your finger, yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't toss her away. She can come at me anytime
she
she
can.
likes.
But this is my point. We have a bunch of thick, big girls in America. Why don't you use some of them as your action heroes, man? I mean, like I was watching the some of you guys had recommended I watch the Van Helsing thing, which that is definitely woke. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but
Oh,
the girl
totally.
in that,
Who
she's so
recommended that?
scrawny, although she does sell it a little bit, and she's got a jaw, she's got a chin that will chip ice, man. Damn.
It's pretty simple why they don't promote women like that more. It's because they're jealous. They don't. Most women don't have bodies like that or voluptuous.
Yeah.
So they don't. That's all it is. It's just envy.
I definitely have a question though. When the hell did the left and right switch on issues of 6? Like I always felt like the right wing were the guys that were really prudish to this sort of thing, and I swear we just switched positions on that entirely.
Yeah, I know, right?
It has. Well, see, I'm
Because
in
it's
the
just the
all of a
extremes are
sudden,
louder.
the left is extremely sex negative.
Oh yeah, they are.
Well, you're just looking at the extreme left is louder right now. The extreme right is the same way. It's just quieter.
That's true. It's true.
It's smaller.
I'm in the middle, and I appreciate all manners of sex. So no hate here.
I too enjoy boobies.
Now, of course,
Never
this
mind,
is
I'm not
Frank.
gonna do
Agnew and Lacey.
Yes, this is Frank Cho. Obviously, this is so
Yep.
Cho-esque. But he does do ladies well. Yeah.
Well, even the other covers that came out for this issue, because I read this issue and reviewed it the week you weren't here, when we did our show. That was a great cover. I mean, all of them were. They all had the ladies like super fit. They were all warrior-like, strong jawed, slightly broader shoulders, strong stances, just strong look about everyone who drew Red Sonja. So.
Well, I mean, look at her. I mean, yeah, she's sexy. But that lady looks like she might, with that axe, she looks like she might be able to actually do some damage, man. I can
She
believe
cut
it.
off your wiener.
Well, no, she wouldn't do that. She respects the male.
It'll be
all right.
worth it.
Here, this article says, I really don't feel happy about taking issue with bleeding heart reviewers, but I must decidedly do so. If a point has to be made about how mountains are being made out of molehills, okay, these days, case in point, this review from Adventures in Poor Taste of the newest Red Sonja volume, which is being written by leftist Mark Russell. Okay. With all of the various reboots and renumberings for the Adventures Red Sonja over the years, it can be hard to know where to start. Luckily, Dynamite Entertainment has just launched an extremely fun and accessible new take on the Red Sonja legend. I was personally sold by the words written by Mark Russell. I knew I'd be in for something fresh, yet true to the character. That's exactly what we get in the first issue, I bet. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I can guess why. He's on the sleeve politics, which he already made clear in some DC items he'd written based on the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, which is clearly embraced by the social justice crowd. Surprisingly, DC/Vertigo canceled his Jesus the Clown comic book last week. Well, it wasn't called Jesus the Clown, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Now, so far, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say this book was written really well. I mean, it did not take issue with a man or a woman in charge.
No, and it was written well, actually.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, this is Bleeding Fool, right? So this is the opposite of Bleeding Cool, which Bleeding Cool is extremely left-leaning, progressive site that hates and shats upon anything it seems to not be within its identity politics. This is the opposite, right? It's the literal response. So most of us fall in the middle, right? But Mira Kolek's artwork, much like Russell's script, feels very modern. Yet it also has little touches that evoke the classic Red Sonja comics, penciled by Sal Buscemi. The action sequences are dynamic and brutal. The landscapes are rendered as gorgeous vistas, where danger hides within each shadow. Most importantly, Sonja is not drawn or written as a sexual object.
Most importantly.
Most importantly, yeah, well, I don't know all about the art.
Heaven forbid a fictional character be treated like an object. That would just be... I don't even know what would happen in reality if that happened.
Let's take a look at this picture, though. You want to buy that comic?
Yeah.
Do you? Or do you want to buy this
It's
comic?
okay.
Will you want to buy this
I want to buy
comic?
that comic.
You
Yes,
want to buy that
yes, I
comic?
want that. No.
This one?
That one's all right,
Yes,
but
yes.
I'd much rather buy this comic.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
I like the boobies.
This is the artwork from inside the book. The storytelling art was very well done.
I think so. You're right. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying,
Okay.
I want that. I don't want that. Okay?
Okay, this is
So
a
go with
classic
the boobies, so
Masters
go
of the
I.
Universe. This is a classic Masters of the Universe scenario.
Uh-huh.
The poster for Masters of the Universe was awesome, and that's the movie I wanted to see. But then when I went to see it, it wasn't what the poster was.
No.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah,
right.
but the
You're right.
cover A for this book was not that cover that they're showing at the top of the article. This is like cover C.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I
'cause
mean, when
it's
it's
very-
cover C, that's like one in every 10, covers. So we can't judge that cover with the Frank Cho as what's going to be on the inside of the book.
You've decided to take devil's advocate. Okay, cool. Eric Hutfless says.
I just disagreed with. Yeah, I mean,
I know.
sorry.
I know.
Why you
Eric
do this?
Hutfless says,
Okay,
"Hey,
but your
it's
opinion
Rose Tico's
sucks.
potato sack." Yeah. Hey, Booster, why don't you read this dialogue here? You be the dude, and you be the girl,
Oh, yeah.
you be the girl, and the dude, the other dude. You can be everybody.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so you want me to do every voice here?
Yes.
Welcome to Hyrcadia. Sonja the Red, I presume? Your presence is requested at the Council of Elders. The Council of Elders, huh? I can assume that means they're very wise.
Why is Red Sonja trans? What are you doing?
What?
Yeah. Come on.
I thought... Oh, that was Sonja. Oh, gee,
No.
I didn't see any tits. I just assumed it was a dude with big long hair.
Notice
Red
the name of the
Sonja
place
is
is
not Caitlyn
Herconia.
Jenner. What are you doing right now?
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, I mean,
Notice the name of the place
point-
is Herconia.
Yeah, Hircania.
It's Herconia.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. And I don't disagree with you, Brad. I'm not a big fan of this art style, actually. But I can see people who like this style. And also, it's not written badly. But it's not really the typical Red Sonja. Red Sonja is a TNA book, dude. It always has been. I mean, that's just what it is. Now, taking Red Sonja and trying to do something more seriously and putting a little bit of identity politics in there, it's not necessarily going to kill the character. But it's just not what we're used to, I think.
Well,
I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're
No,
not wrong. It's not the
yeah.
brand.
okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying we shouldn't, if you're going to read the book or judge the book, give it a read, though. I mean, at least just take a look at it on the shelf before you say no, And that's what we try to do when we do our reviews. We pick controversial writers sometimes, controversial artists. And yes, I understand generically it's a TNA book.
Yeah.
But if the story's really good, the writing's really good, the art's good, and tells the story very well, why not pick it up and try it out?
Because
it's
you
not
shouldn't
about
do that with a
book.
TNA book.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. You shouldn't do that with a TNA book, regardless of whether the story is good or not. Because the point of your
gonna pick up and read
demographics.
a Conan book if Conan looks like some fat slob from New Jersey. It's just not going to happen. I want Conan to look like Conan. I want Red Sonja to look like Red Sonja. I want it to have that sex appeal. It's just part of the. It's literally part of the universes and the characters. It's a necessity. And if you take it away or try to hide it or fudge it up, you're not selling me the same thing. You're selling me something that's derivative of that, but it's not that. And there's literally no logical reason to do it other than you're being pressured or you're pandering. It's really the only in that argument that you should read it before or look at it before you make a judgment. No, their job is to make me want to read it, not the other way around. I have no responsibility to them to be reasonable to them. If they want me to be reasonable to them, they have to get my interest. It's just that simple.
It also shows that when it's not when the story and the universe doesn't like match what you're expecting, it shows an incompetency level of some sort. So there's no reason to expect it to be competent in one form or another.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically speaking, if they go against the brand of the character and what's been established for such a long time, then there is no reason to even have this product the way it is. They should just call it Blue Jasmine and make that story.
Yeah. Oh, it's kind of like Bobby Drake all of a sudden being forced to become gay by Jean Grey. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. This is, by the way, the exact reason that they do this. The reason that they take established characters and change them is because people will say exactly, and I'm not trying to crap on you, Brad, but people will say what Brad just said. Well, it's this character, I should give it a shot because they like that character. When everything in their brain's probably telling them, what have they done? I don't like that.
Yeah, I think it's worse than Bobby Drake because Bobby Drake becoming gay in the way that he did, you could play with that and make a good story. This,
you could.
Even without, and it would make sense within the character. This, it doesn't make sense with the universe or anything else.
Interesting. Well, over here in the chat, there are some certainly some comments, so let's get over to them. We have Flit here says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Sexy isn't sexist. No, it's not. Beowulf does help your argument here, Brad. He says, I don't mind if she's wearing clothes. I think I read there was a reason for it, cold weather or something. I don't mind characters changing it up a bit, as long as it's not a total rework. And I believe she ends up in her iconic male again at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now I get what you're saying, but I think the article is talking more about the tone of the book, the direction that they feel is being taken. But nevertheless, Lou Illustration says, next, Conan applies for a job in accounting and waits in the lobby for 24 pages. Good Dog Press Manny is here, and he says, Aloha from the amazing Aloha Comic Con. Wow, you actually call it the Aloha Comic Con, of course. But maybe I would say Mahalo Comic Con would be better. But nevertheless, good to see you here. We saw pictures of you earlier, dude. Seems you have your booth up there. Awesome. Congratulations. As Edwin come over and hassled Judette, we were told that he's coming to the Comic Con wearing a shirt that will certainly ruffle feathers. So please keep us abreast of what's going on with that. You there with Brother Edwin? Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Why'd you dye your hair?
Oh, question.
Because he's old. He's an old rodent. That's why.
Looking buff though, buddy.
He does look. He actually, in my little shtick aside, he actually does look great. You look good, dude.
Yeah, you do, dude. Awesome. I saw pics of him with his Comics Gay shirt on. Beowulf is saying, yeah. George says, Chester, I agree with George. What? You can't do that. Good Dog Press. Yeah, the Comics Gate shirt is going to go over so welcoming, Val. Eric says, look at classic Sonya Comics where she's in cold weather. She's in her metal bikini with a fur-lined cape. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't really, in truth, I don't have a problem with the comic itself, actually. But it's just, she is what it is. I say, same with what George said. If you want to have a different character and you want to present a different story, make that story. Don't take old established characters and mess with them. Leave them be, right? That's what I think. But some people like Beowulf and Brad think, hey, why not change it up? I understand both sides of the argument. So, you know.
I think it's fine to change it up if you have a solid story reason to do it. Like if there's a good narrative reason to do it, okay, fine, change it up. Like this, for some reason, she has to be real skinny and not muscular in this comic. Okay, fine. Tell me why that is. Make it make sense, and then
she's
maybe
not super skinny in this comic. It kind of looks like that. In this
I know. I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
But when you just
Well,
do it and then just expect everybody to just smile and eat the poop sandwich you just fed them, no, I'm good.
Well, you
Thank
could do that if you had it where she's had a run of bad luck and she just hasn't been able to find anything to eat for some time, and therefore
sure.
her muscles and everything are starting to waste away, and therefore she has to wear something over herself to keep herself warmer, whereas before she wouldn't have had to do that.
Yep. Plenty of ways to depower a character, to alter a character's appearance narratively that makes sense.
Well, they're also talking about how different the character is here. Just going through this article, because also it's basically been written by this guy, Mark Russell. It's basically they're comparing it to Mel Brooks' History of the World Part One, which is or Monty
What?
Python's Love to Brian, which that would be a comedy, and of course Red Sonja is not a comedy.
This isn't a comedy. Yeah.
All right. Well, this seems that you and the writer of this article and the creator of the book seem to disagree, because they're
Well, the
quoting each other.
only pages too they're showing is like the first 2 or 3 pages.
Mhm.
I don't even know if the person read the whole book.
Well,
There's
these are
they're
also
not joking
quoting the
around.
writer as well, though, dude.
Oh, gotcha.
Of course, she becomes the
Maybe
new
the
queen,
writer
of
didn't
course.
read the whole book.
Maybe.
It's also bad for getting a new audience too, if you're looking for that new audience, because I've already established that I want a book about the Red Sonja that I know, or I've established that I don't want that. So if every time I look at the Red Sonja book, I'm going to think it's a book that I don't want. But if you put out a new book with a different title and everything like that, then there's a higher chance that I'm going to pick that up and like it.
Especially if it's in a similar genre.
Well, it's interesting going through this article here. The arguments they're having are really shallow, I think, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's enough of that. The thing with Red Sonja, though, I think for most of us is she's just a pretty lady that goes out and kicks some butt. To be honest, I've never been much of a Red Sonja fan. I mean, I like pictures of her, but beyond that, if I want to read that kind of story, that kind of epic, I'm going to read Conan or something similar. I'm not going to read Sonja anyway. Yeah, interesting. It's more, I think, it also has a lot to do with agenda. It's why is something there? In the past, we would see female leads in all kind of stuff, of course, and we never questioned it. It was just, is it good or is it bad, right? And that's it. But these days, we know the agenda is there. So the first thing that comes in our head is, okay, why was this chosen? Instead of, is it good, right? And that's the big part of the problem. And everyone's ready to be triggered, right? It doesn't matter where they're left or right. It doesn't matter. Everyone's ready to be triggered. So this is an ongoing thing. And, of course, this guy, he is intending to attack those he deems as unworthy. That's the reality of it, Brad. That's what this guy wants to do. That's who he is, right? And unfortunately, it's just what we have to deal with. And it's not saying people on the right don't do the same thing, because it is. It's silliness back and forth is what's going on. But that's what is promoting the argument, I think.
Yeah, I get you.
Anyway, we are coming to the end of the show here, though, guys. And Nick W says, are we still talking about AOC, Chester? I don't know. What is AOC? Age of
Cortez.
Conan?
That was Cortez, yeah.
Oh, no, we're not talking. Okay, I get it. No, we're not, and we shan't talk about her anymore. Thank you. But this, of course, is IndieCron, everybody, and IndieCron is a sponsor here of FanSpeak, and we really appreciate all the work that Pixel Trader does. It's a really cool site he's got going on here. He's got his upcoming coming out, and there's also a lot of stuff here for you can go check out creators and get information. You click on everything, right? And of course, there are a lot of new stuff coming out. Now we're not going to get into anything new today because, of course, we covered the Veil War. But just to go back and give it one more thing, this is the Veil War from our guest Dragon here, and go check it out, guys, and support him, back him, and let's help him bring this to fruition. Yeah. You got any final comments on that, Dragon? You would like to say before we get out of here?
Give me money.
Okay.
No.
No, straightforward. Give me money. Yeah.
Wow.
I like it. I like the capitalist approach.
Yeah, the goal of this is to raise funding for another project. So I'm hoping to roll over whatever I get from this into another project too. So
Nice.
that's my main goal, and to keep on going and making more comics. So.
Yep.
And
I think
this is
that's
an old
everybody's
project
goal.
to begin with.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. We got a bunch of you in here, so we want to give some links out. So, George, why don't you go ahead and tell the people where they can find you and get a hold of your book and all that kind of stuff.
GeorgePeterGatzis.com is the short and sweet of it. I just had a interview with John Malin on his show just before I came here, and I will be launching my book in the next couple of days. And I hope to have a nice prolonged chat with everybody here. Book a time to go through the book and discuss the technical challenges in terms of shipping and all that stuff, and show off the creative and talk about the story and where the future lies with Joe King.
Yeah, when's your launch day? You should come back and on launch day join us, dude.
I would like to actually do launch day live on your show.
Oh, that'd be awesome. When is that?
You tell me. When you book me, I will do it.
No, when are you launching your project?
In the next couple of days. So if you want to do it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or whatever's more convenient for you.
Well, tomorrow we're doing Ghostbusters, so maybe Sunday we could talk about it.
Let's do it Sunday.
Awesome. Rock on. So come back Sunday, guys, and we'll talk about a couple of comics that we're reading, and we'll talk to George and about his project and his launch. Sounds exciting. All right. Thank you, George.
It is. Thank you very much for having me here. And this book, The Veil, it looks terrific. It looks absolutely terrific. The quality of the color and the line work, I have to tell you, it looks terrific.
Thank you.
I think it looked nice too, and hopefully this project will get off and get going. Now, Brad from Pencil of Life, of course, is joining us, and you have some links as well. Why don't you throw them out, dude? Because you have a project starting soon as well, Brad. Brad, we've lost Brad.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Hey, I was talking. Yeah, so I put my link in the chat for my YouTube channel. Handyman is launching March 4th. That will be the day, March 4th.
Okay, and we have your link over here. So awesome, March 4th. That's good, man. And you should definitely come and join us with your launch as well. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of. We'll see what's happening scheduled that day. It'll be that day or the next day, one or two.
So, that's all right. Anytime.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff scheduled. So.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
You should go to as many places as you can. But thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to that book. Some of the pencils and inks on that are just amazing, so it's gonna be really cool. And of course, Dragon here has his Indiegogo, which we've been showing and we've been linking. But do you have any other ways that people can contact you, Dragon?
You can contact me on Twitter, same username, DURAKKN, and I have a YouTube channel that I don't do any sort of video content or streaming on yet. I always plan to, but I haven't done so yet, and it's the same username. And also I have a web novel. It's on royalroad.com, spelled, and then the name of the thing is whatever the button of the tilde. It's really weird.
Why don't you grab the link and throw it in chat?
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, I'm not modded, I don't think.
That's okay. So. I will allow it through.
Okay, you give me a second. But it's Junk of Refuse Refuge. Oh,
cool.
And that's it off the top of my head.
Awesome, dude. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It was a lot of fun sitting here and talk to you about your book.
Thanks.
You got something to say there, Mr. Robot?
Am I still roboted?
No, you're fine now. Actually, you're doing much better.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did just about his book and everything. It was great to see his work, and I wish him success.
Absolutely, dude. And all right then. Well, of course, the chairman here, myself, Thundero, and Booster. You can find us all over here on FanSpeak, of course, every day. And just keep in mind that tomorrow we do have Bunny Vision Movie Night, and we
Bunny
will,
Vision movie night.
Bunny Vision Movie Night, and we will be watching the
Bunny
original Ghostbusters, the ultra classic movie. The
Yes!
television. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and there's that link from Dragon, guys, right here. You can go click that. But yeah, no.
Just as a
Ghostbusters
warning,
Yep.
it's not the best written web novel, and there is some perverse stuff in it. So
Uh-oh.
just to be warned.
Yeah, Booster's attention.
Yep. Yeah, Booster's reading it right now as we speak. That was quick. Is Nasser's chair a guest? It could be. We do have a Nasser chair going on. You're right, Rumble Terrier. That's still such a guy. I still love that name, man. Rumble Terrier.
Rumble is alive and well.
He is. I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, definitely join us for that, guys. We really enjoy doing a Bunny Vision movie night. And of course, you keep in mind that we do that on Rabbit. That is rabb.it. If you just go over there and you set up your account, it's very easy, just like any other thing. And when we come on, we'll put the link and you can join us and watch it live. It's a really cool way where we can all kind of sit together and watch a movie and chat about it. And it's a lot of fun. I love that show. And I hope that many of you will come and join us tomorrow for that and have fun with Ghosts. I mean, come on, it's Ghostbusters, right? It's awesomeness, in a 2-hour format. But anyway, thank you all very much. And let's see, who wants to give the words of wisdom today? Someone should give some words of wisdom. Who wants to do that? Any volunteers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
the chairman.
I'll do it.
No, chairman wants to
Yes.
robot out some. Go ahead.
Am I still robot? If I'm roboting, then no.
No, I'm kidding, dude.
You're
kidding.
not
Go ahead,
robotic.
go
You're
ahead.
good, dude.
Oh my goodness, you killing me. Words of wisdom. You know what? Words of wisdom are always given by Denali, and we know this. Our first off, let me just say that our hearts and our thoughts are going out to Denali. When one of us is gone, we all feel it, but those feelings, of course, come from inside, and those things we can control because your perception does shape your reality. So make it a good one. Aloha.
Namaste. Later, everybody. Thank you.
Later, guys.
Take care.
Goodbye.
This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests.